Go.
Well, hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, you?
This is your first video.
Yes, it is.
Nobody ever told you about this, right?
Not when I came for the interview.
That's true, right? But I want you to know that we only hire beautiful people.
Oh, why, thank you.
Like ourselves. Like ourselves, because otherwise, if we have the fails and fails on, they won't hire us, right?
No,
So
they won't. They won't see our video.
they won't, and so.
Oh,
yes.
that's why Angie's in all the videos,
Most
right?
of them. That's why she is in most of them. That is a true thing. And because if you aren't, then we're gonna have to fire you, right?
Oh,
you know,
no.
and that would be a bad thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, so
I get paid the big bucks for.
that's right.
For these videos. You get
So
commission for
today we're talking about, can you get fired if you have a workers' compensation injury? Because a lot of times our clients will be like, well, they can't fire me if I'm off because of work injury. And the sad fact is, the answer is, see,
Yes.
yes. You see, she knows this already.
Yeah.
She's been on the job how long?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Teresa knows this. She knows it. She's just like a sponge,
Absorb everything.
soaking in all the work comp knowledge. But yes, generally, so the answer is yes, you can get fired even if you're off work because of work injury, even if you've had a work injury. But it gets a little complicated because you can't be fired simply for getting workers' compensation benefits. So if the motivation to fire you is because we're going to punish you for getting your medical care, your lost wages, etc., that is illegal. It's against the law, but at last I checked, it's also against the law to kill people. And apparently we have no murder, or we do. We do have murders.
A lot.
We have a lot of murders.
Not here in our office.
Well, hopefully not here in the
No.
office.
Not here in the office. We haven't yet killed anyone yet, or had anyone be killed here, and so
Knock on wood.
that's right. So, anyway, so the bottom line is yes, sometimes you can be let go, but there are some restrictions on why they can do it. So they can't fire you simply because you've requested workers' compensation benefits. But let's say you get injured on the job because you showed up to work bombed out of your gourd on cocaine,
Oh.
right? And you get injured on the job, and you would be entitled to workers' compensation benefits even though you got injured, bombed out on cocaine, but they could still fire you saying you came to work bombed out on cocaine. That's kind of against our policy, and so therefore we're firing you. That's legal. If you can't do your job, but you worked for your employer for 12 months and your employer has more than 50 employees, which we do not,
No.
then you might have some protections called Family Medical Leave Act, where they have to hold open your job for about 12 weeks before they can replace you. So it gets kind of complicated. But the bottom line is yes, you can lose your job even though you are injured on the job and have restrictions and are treating, etc. And so if you have any questions about that, I wonder how would we, if you had questions about it, who would you call?
Kaplan Morale at 970-356-9898.
Seasoned employee, newbie employee. So, anyway.
Well, she's in all the videos.
Most of them.
I
She's in
scanned through all of them, and it's like
Oh,
Angie's
okay.
face is in all of them.
Well, that's certainly most of them, yes, that's right. And so, so then again, if you are let go, what are your rights? And in workers' compensation, you're entitled to lost wages, which is 2/3 of your lost wages while you're in treatment, while you have restrictions, and so long as the employer doesn't claim you are responsible for termination, meaning that you exercise some control over the circumstances. For example, you decided to get bombed out on cocaine before coming to work, that would probably be a responsible for termination clause, unless you worked for the cartel. Then maybe it's accepted
Acceptable.
behavior, right? Yes. And so, and if you are injured on the job with restrictions and you're not getting lost wages and you think the employer is unfairly claiming that you're responsible for termination, then you should call
Kaplan Morrell.
at Angie?
970.
970-356-9898.
And we can certainly see if you've got a claim, and we can challenge it in court. And even if you are injured on the job and you are responsible for your termination, but something happens during the treatment that keeps you from all work, like for example, you have massive surgery on your neck from having fallen down the stairs for being bombed out on cocaine during your job, you may even still be entitled to lost wage benefits if that occurs as well. And so, as I tell everybody, it's complicated, it depends, there's so many things that are fact dependent on this, that if you have any questions or concerns, please call us. This time I'll say it at Kaplan Morale, 970-356-9898. We are here to serve you, answer your questions. Our initial consultations are always free and confidential. Please give us a call. Thank you.